I mean, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it's Sonic, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Here, if it's about developing the character, then make it a game focused about choosing your own thing. Like at least Shadow the Hedgehog had a cohesive gameplay based around what this it was about. He didn't remember who he was. Therefore, you had to decide what he would do and if he was a villain or a hero.
Yeah.
And the gameplay was focused around that. At least it was cohesive and made sense, and you knew why it was a game. Because when you advertise a game like that, you can imagine in your head, oh shit, yeah, I want to do that. I want to buy this game and do that. I want to be Shadow and help him decide who he is. Sonic Boom, what are we doing? We're going on an adventure? That's not enough. That isn't enough anymore. To just go on a vague adventure?
Well,
Like, no. If you can't go fast in a Sonic game, then give me something else that's cohesive. Something else that makes sense to do. Not like going on an adventure without speed or some speed sections that are no better than a mobile game. It's just choose something. Decide what it is.
right.
Just something, anything. It doesn't have to be speed. I'm not being one of those fans that goes, no, Sonic has to move fast. I don't give a shit. Like even at least Sonic Labyrinth, considered one of the worst Sonic games ever. At least Sonic Labyrinth was a puzzle game. At least. Sure, people think it's the worst game ever because Sonic is slow. But you know what? Sonic Boom is arguably worse because it hasn't decided what the hell it wants to be as a game.
Well, I do agree that the sections are extremely broken up. The beat 'em up sections and the Sonic Dash sections are very different from one another, and they don't blend, so to speak. You know, they don't. You know, they can't seamlessly transition into each other. You know, and honestly, I kind of had the same problem with the what do you call it, the Sonic Unleashed Generations engine, where it goes like 2D and okay, now we're going into 3D, and you know, I mean, honestly, I like it when it's very seamless. And you're right, you're definitely right. One of the things I hated so much about Sonic Unleashed was it wasn't so much the fact that I had to be the werehog. Like I didn't mind the werehog. It's just how jarring it was. It's like, here you go, here's a Sonic level. And bam, here's a werehog level, here's another werehog level, here's a third werehog level right in a row. And it's like, oh, okay. You know, like...
Well, it wasn't even enough to beat a werehog level. Sometimes you had to go back and collect things. That's what really frustrated me.
Well, and I played the Wii version first, so fuck me, you know, where you have to play one speed stage and then 3 werehog levels just to complete the stage, you know, but... Like... I know a lot of people hate the last level, the Eggland place, but I liked that level because you shift in and out of the werehog, and that to me felt a lot like Sonic Heroes if I was switching between Sonic and Knuckles. You know, that was kind of cool. I mean, I wish I could have done it as I went through the stage, and maybe if I decide to be a werehog here, I can get through this section differently than I would if I was Sonic. You know what I mean? Like, it might be cool like that way, but, you know, I know it's not going to be that way, but if I were to design a game that you play as all these characters Sonic Heroes style and you can switch between them, I would design a game that's kind of more like Sonic 3, like where like it's the same level, but whoever you're playing as, you can play through the level differently, like ever so slightly differently, you know? Like you don't take the same path as Knuckles as you do as when you're Sonic in Sonic 3. I mean, I don't know, but the story does. I do like that. Like, I'm very interested in the story. I want, in the same way that the Sonic Adventure 2 games, like, kind of got me into this storyline of Sonic. Like, and like, you know, for a while, that was the Sonic storyline. Like, that was the plot in Sonic. The Sonic.
I'm excited for a consistency. That's for sure.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people say, "Oh, next gen continues on." It doesn't, you know. But we actually, you know, a lot of people say, "Well, you know, Sonic Adventure 3." We have a Sonic Adventure trilogy already. Sonic Adventure 2, Heroes, and Shadow. That's a trilogy. Those are games.
We have even more because Sonic Battle exists in that world too.
True. Like for a while, we had a Sonic story, you know, and then ever since then they've kind of gone the whole we're gonna rewrite it every single time now and not have it go together. And Sonic Boom is the first time they're coming back and saying, no, wait, this time we're gonna have a story that continues, not only in the games but a show. And then, you know, who knows, maybe after the first season of the show they might release a new game that takes place between the first season and the second season. Like, how awesome would it be to interact with your story, to interact with what you're watching on TV, and then go and playing the game, and then anticipating what's going to come next on TV. Like, that's cool. I'm so glad. Like,
I'm excited for that too. I can't wait for that because I'm tired of Sonic games just making an entirely new reality each game. I don't like that.
You know, maybe the gameplay won't be that fantastic. Maybe they'll improve it with the next game. I mean, heck, maybe they'll improve it with this game. You know, I don't know. Maybe they'll fix it. Maybe they'll make some last minute changes, and maybe they'll make it good. Maybe it'll be fun. I don't know.
Well, I feel like the Enter Beam, which should have been their thing. That should have been like, look at all the cool things we can do with this Enter Beam. Like, do that. Just take away. I wouldn't even care. Take away the speed element. Make him just move fast. Give him like a little fucking run button where he can run a little bit. But the game isn't designed around that. It's the Enter Beam. Just decide. You know what I mean? You got Enter Beam, you got character development, you got speed, you got power with Knuckles. Like, just fucking alternate paths. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Decide. Don't pretend your game is huge. Just make a game. What is the game about?
I don't know. But, well, I mean, what do you think about, like, a next obviously Sonic Boom is going to be a separate continuity now. That's what they're saying. There's still the main Sonic storyline. So, you know, the next Sonic game besides Sonic Boom, the one that's rumored for 2015 for all the next gen consoles. You know, what are you hoping for, buddy? What are you looking for in the main Sonic series now? Obviously, we know we're not going to get cohesive stories. Like, we know that Sega, at least I'm predicting that Sega is like, okay, cohesive story, we got that in Sonic Boom. We don't have to worry about that in our main series anymore. So I think they're going to continue to do new stories every time, which sucks, and I don't want it to be that way, but that's what I'm assuming based on their track record. What do you think?
Well, they're going to focus less on story, that's for sure. They might even eliminate story entirely. Because the thing is, think about it like this. They hired American writers for Sonic Colors and Sonic Lost Worlds because they were trying to appease to both things. Mm-hmm. I honestly think that they're going to take a more Mario approach with Sonic in the sense that the story will be absolutely minimal. That's where critiques are sending them, and especially since Sonic Boom offers a higher focus on story, they're just going to focus on speed-based platforming, and that's about it.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, though?
Well, I'm pissed off because, unfortunately, for me, my love for Sonic originated in the fact that Sonic was a cartoon that, like, I love the basis of Sonic's creation because Sonic was created, Mario was created just like every other cartoon. He was made for kids. He was big and colorful for kids. Yeah. Sonic was the cartoon that went, like, he decided to push it up a little bit and give this blend, the in-between of the two things, which is why Sonic has found himself from everywhere between the happiest lighthearted adventures to oddly dark scenes where he gets stabbed through the fucking stomach and a giant fucking monster comes out of him. Like, what the shit?
When did that happen?
Like, in fucking next gen, like, just weird shit. And like Sonic has been all over the place because he placed himself in the middle. And I, for one, admire that about Sonic. And I feel like, to me, splitting him into two realities that exist into both separate things, it eliminates the beauty of what Sonic always was. And he was this amazing hybrid. That's what makes Sonic so difficult, is because he was a hybrid, and those are two colors. It's almost like you're trying to make purple, blue, and red. Like, sometimes some people are gonna think that it's too blue, not red enough. Like purple is one of those middle colors that isn't a solid. There's so many in betweens, and it makes it difficult for Sonic to make the right feel. But I admired that. I admired the challenge. I was aware of the challenge, but everyone seems to blame Sonic Team for not being good enough at making games when people don't realize that they just chose a really fucking hard thing to do. And it's admirable as fuck.
Yeah.